Welcome back, everybody, to another Sales Power Tips video blog. Butch, Bellah here with you. Thanks so much for joining us. Week 2 of Steps to a Sale. If you remember last week, if you've not watched it, go back and watch it because we covered prospecting, we covered building rapport, qualifying your prospect, okay, which is very, very, very important. Don't rush that. The initial oral agreement, doing a needs analysis, and then converting those needs to wants. So now let's talk about the second half of the sales process. And these are polar opposites of each other for a reason, because the more time you spend on the first half of what we talked about last week, the easier this second half is going to be. When you go back to make your presentation, you are simply providing solutions for what you determined in that last step, where their needs and their wants. Again, don't forget, they buy what they want, not what they need, okay? So make sure you focus on their wants, their needs, how those two come together. The next step in the process, step number 7 for me, is to reaffirm those buyer needs and wants. Now, I do that by saying, Mr. Prospect, through this process, here's what I've heard you tell me, is this is what you're looking for. You really need help here. As you can see by my presentation, we've put together a proposal with my team that we can do this. So basically, you're reaffirming right before you ask for the sale. You're going to get everybody right back on the same page before you ask for the sale. Step number 8 is asking for the sale. And we'll go through that in a future video blog as well. But there are ways to ask for the sale and present your proposal to a customer. Today I just want to talk about the steps in getting through them. Always know what the next one is, and always know that your goal is simply to get to the next step. It's like climbing a flight of stairs. You're not trying to go from the top to the bottom. You just want to get to the next one, okay, and have you lead you to that sale. So the next thing we're going to do is ask for the sale. Then we have to overcome objections. You heard me talk last week about the fact that the more time you spend building rapport and qualifying, the less time you're going to spend overcoming objections, because you've already covered that. Okay? You've already covered that with your prospect. And the final step to the sale is finalizing the sale, doing your paperwork, having everything in order. When you go to that presentation, you should have everything you need for that customer to say yes. If they say yes before you're finished with your presentation, stop right then, grab your material, make them a customer, okay? Shut up, and they don't need to hear the rest of the story if they're already sold. But be ready to make a sale. Pen, you got to have that with you. Have a pen with you. Have all your materials, a deal packet, whatever you call it. Have everything ready to finalize the sale and bring that prospect into the process of becoming a customer. Those are the steps to the sale I teach. If you'd like a free consultation, go to my website. You can see links there for a free 50-minute consultation. We'll see if it makes sense. I take very, very few personal coaching clients, but we'll see if it makes sense for us to work together. Notice that word, work together. All right, that's it for this week for another Sales Power Tips video blog. Hey, don't forget, go to my website. Check out my store. I got a store now, all right? My book, The 10 Essential Habits of Sales Superstars. You can pick that up, and excited about my new Game of Sales DVD that's out. You can actually download it if you don't want a DVD, but it stands for Goals, Attitude, Motivation, and Education, the cornerstone of what every sales superstar is built on. God bless you, everybody. I'll see you next week with another Sales Power Tips video blog.